What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Gmi back in the house. This is going to be the Week 17 finale of the NFL season 2013, man. And let me tell you, man, this was... I'm not going to lie to you guys, bro. This shit was exciting. Like, I was ready to go with this right here, dog. Like, I really sat up. You know what I'm saying? I was drinking wine for this. I didn't even drink beer or any Ciroc. I was drinking wine so I could be mellow to watch this shit because I knew a lot of shit was going to go down. And boy, did it end crazy as fuck. Unbelievable, bro. Before I even get into it, like, you know, sometimes it's just going to be what it's going to be. That's it. You already know what's going to happen no matter what. And the shit's going it's just crazy. But there was a lot of things that were exciting, you know, that I'm going to touch on. But, yo, let's just get right into it. All right, first of all, Carolina at Atlanta. Carolina 21, Atlanta 20. All right. Cam Newton, I don't know if he's secretly listening to, you know, these podcasts or these recaps, but he's starting to look like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he came out looking like a fucking straight bum. Let's just go right into that. But Atlanta did the same thing with the 49ers. They came out tough and just couldn't finish. So I already knew Carolina was going to win it and secure the second seed and get that bye. But I guess they wanted to make it exciting. Pretty much, Cam Newton, for the most part, was a little bit more agile. He was like a tiger. He was tight like a tiger from Austin Powers. And I liked it. He was ready to run. And he wasn't as stiff as a penis, you know, this game. Pretty much, I think he's understanding that he has to be able to move and be mobile. Because that's his key to his success. He is a true dual threat because he can't throw the ball. But he will throw a goddamn pick for standing there looking like a goddamn scarecrow and waiting for somebody to hit him. And that happens a lot with him. I was satisfied, though, with his agility and his movement. And that's the reason that they won the game. If you guys watched it, you guys know what I'm talking about. He didn't just stand there like a square. He was more side to side, ready to go either side. And he had movement. And pretty much that's what it's all about in this game. And he was able to pull it through. Even with Steve Smith being out and a lot of bums running around, you know, pretty much it was a good game. It was a good game. Nice way to get in, you know, to get the bye. You know what I'm saying? Secure that bye because they're going to need that week off. I hope they don't come out fucking lazy and fat and looking stupid because sometimes I'd rather just keep on playing. You know, I like bye weeks. But sometimes I like when I just keep on playing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about for me personally. You know, when you get that week off, sometimes it doesn't really help you as much. You know, some guys need to get, you know, ready to go with the injury or whatever like that. But if you're not injured, I'm just saying, like, if you're ready to go. For the injured players, they need it. But for guys that are just ready and there's nothing really going, just some minor aches and pains, you need to ice your asshole and get out on the field because sometimes guys respond differently to that week off. But congratulations to the Panther fans. And all the North Carolina dudes out there that support the Panthers, it's well deserved, man. I'm scared to see what they're gonna do, bro. Cause you know, Klukely out there, bro. That boy crazy. That boy could play some D. You know, so I'm very, very excited to see what happens with Carolina in the playoffs. Like I said, I think they need to get to the Super Bowl again because they were robbed by the Patriots on that 4th down stop. And you never know what might happen, but it's gonna be really exciting to see who comes out of the NFC because the 49ers suck dick. Atlanta. Gonzalez needs to go sit his fucking ass down right now. Like, listen, I understand Julio Jones went out, a.k.a. Predator Face, but, you know, one guy going out can't determine your whole season. If Tom Brady can go out and a bum like Sam Castle can help them go to the playoffs, then no one person should be able to be the excuse for your team just being out. You know, once Julio Jones went down, they just turned into shitballs. No, I can't buy that. And that's because I've seen great coaches coach. And I'm not saying Mike Smith is a bad coach. I'm just saying that he had a lead against the 49ers last year in the championship game and he blew it. So you call it what you want to call it. You could play conservative. You could do whatever you got to do. But when you lose, that's on you. Listen, I take full responsibility. If I go out and I fucking lay an egg, bro, like I'm fucking in Angry Birds, I lay a golden goose egg, I take full responsibility for that. And Mike Smith, he did have that lead against the 49ers and he did relinquish it. So he should be accountable for that, just like other coaches that are getting fired for fucking, like, you know, after one season and shit. You know what I'm saying? But like, look, man, at some point, I know the team goes out there to play and execute what you tell them, but at the same time, who's sending the plays in? Who's doing that? Somebody's doing it. And there has to be something done about this. There has to be something done about this, because everybody's getting fired, but you got the same regular bums just hanging around. Like, listen, sometimes you need some new blood. I told you guys, I'll let you guys know which coaches I think the blame should be on. Mike Smith, that's on Mike Smith last year's championship game. I know it's been a year, and then now one guy goes out, and it's a wide receiver. You could pick up a wide receiver off the street. You know what I'm saying? But like, Matt Castle, we've seen that dude is a bum. And Bill Belichick made him look like he was something to be traded and make money. A lot of these guys got to really thank Bill Belichick. Let me just say that real quick. A lot of these fucking quarterbacks, he's done it more than once. You know what I'm saying? And that I understand. When your lead guy goes down, like, look at Green Bay with Matt Flynn. He was able to pull something off. Like, you got to be able to do something. You can't just tank the season because Julio Jones, a.k.a. Predator Face, goes down, bro. Like, I don't want to hear that shit about Mike Smith. I don't want to hear it, bro. Yo, I don't know what's going to happen with him, but I still haven't forgiven him for that championship loss. Because you're blowing the 49ers out. You know they soft as baby thighs. Shout out to RZA. You got to make sure you finish the job, bro. It's not about how you start. It's about how you finish. So ATL and Gonzalez need to go sit the fuck down. Guys talk about, I want him to come back. Other guys, Roddy White. Roddy White is a fucking bum. He caught that one long bomb, whatever like that, but he was dropping mad short passes. Like, ever since he talked shit about Cruz, I don't know if you guys remember that, where he's talking about the big boys playing the outside and all that bullshit. He's talking, running his mouth. ATL ain't done shit. You just shut the fuck up with your fat face, Roddy White, and go fucking hit the gym, bro. This guy's dropping everything and then talking about Victor Cruz. Yeah, Victor Cruz is a bum. You know what I'm saying, bro? The Giants suck. I'm not saying he's a bum athletically. I'm just saying his team sucks, so he sucks. It's a team game. But you talk about big boys playing the outside, you can't catch a fucking pass that's 5 yards on the slot. Like, bro, that's the thing about it. When you talk shit, you got to back it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all talk shit in different aspects. If you're going to talk shit prior, you got to back this shit up. That's why I respect Money Mayweather. Because he runs his fucking mouth, but he prepares so fucking hard. He leaves little chance. And he doesn't always look extremely good, but he pulls out the win. And you have to respect a man that talks like that and backs the shit up. And that's what I'm saying. Roddy White, you running your fucking mouth like a little bitch in a fucking, private school dress. And then now, look at you. You fucking going home with a ridiculous season. You fucking suck. But then you talk about big boys playing the outside. You know what I'm saying, bro? With a fat ass face with huge chipmunk cheeks. Like, you got fucking yo, bro, look, man. You better learn how to catch the fucking ball next season. And Gonzalez needs to go sit the fuck down someplace. I had enough of this shit. Fucking old tight ends running around with fucking crutches, bro. Enough's enough. But their season's over finally. Fucking Matty Ice throwing pick sixes. Matty Ice my fucking ass, bro. I'm not sold on this man. I am not sold on him. I don't want to hear no fucking Matty Ice bullshit. That dude is not fucking ice cold. His fucking heart is pumping regular goddamn Kool-Aid like a bitch. He better be ready to go next year, else they're going to have to make a decision. They paying all these quarterbacks, and they thinking that they're the guy, and we as outsiders look like, why the fuck are they being paid? And it's fascinating to me that these guys are being paid. But, yo, they see something in them. Fuck it. Let them do what they got to do. Next game. Baltimore, 17, Cincinnati, 34. They were at Cincinnati. Yo, Flacco, you still talking about Wildcat is for high school punks? You know what I'm saying, bro? It looks like high school offense. You're so big and bad. Ray Lewis's speeches meant nothing to you and all this shit. Yeah, bro. You got your money, bro. But, bro, But you got to understand something. You see, when you run your mouth and you don't appreciate what people do for you, you're going to get that shit back in the ass, bro. Bro, you're going to get it in the ass, though. Like not even in the mouth. You're going to get it in the ass, though. You see what I'm saying? No lube, no nothing, bro. Because he was fluco yesterday. And everybody expected it. It's just the fact that I understand. Tom Brady doesn't come off the field, with the Wildcat or do all the other kind of bullshit. I understand that. But it's about the way you handle it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure Tom Brady or Peyton Manning, if that was to, were to happen, Drew Brees, if that was to happen, that they wouldn't go to the media and make a scene about it. They would just tell their coaches, listen, you little dick fucking, termite penis motherfuckers, I don't do Wildcat. But it would have been behind the scenes. That's how professional men handle their business. They don't put it out in the fucking public. That's why they're not hood rat bitches. You don't put your info out there. You keep the shit in-house. That's why these franchises strive. They stride so much, and they continue to go because they keep their shit internal. Mr. Big Mouth, fucking Big Lip, fucking Joe Flacco looking like the artist Prince. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, you run your mouth and you call out and say whatever you got to say about your offensive coordinator or whatever like that. But now you going home and you played like shit, bro. Ray Rice played like shit too. You know what I'm saying? The defense did a little bit of something. Elam, I guess he must have just been in for Calvin Johnson because AJ Green is not as fast, and he fucking burnt him over the top with that nice ass post route. Yo, you just got to be very careful, man. It's a lot of guys that are built to do this shit. You guys got to remember, Ray Lewis was an excellent motivator, but Ray Lewis didn't talk shit. Ray Lewis motivated his team internally and just made everybody see what he did. For certain speeches and shit like that for what he wanted people to see. Other than that, he did everything internally. He was a motivator. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you can't be this shit talker. You're out on the scene, running your mouth, doing whatever, trying to pull a Randy Moss. You got to feed your family, getting fired from the fucking Patriots. When if he would have stayed there, Patriots would have had so many more rings. It's just like, guys, you got to shut the fuck up and start acting like females. Keep your mouth closed. You know what I'm saying? Focus on the team. You're a team player. And Flacco, you running your fucking mouth and you're this big arm quarterback and now you're home, bro. You couldn't beat a Marvin Lewis team. And like I said, Marvin Lewis is a fucking clown. He should be out in the first round. That's the bottom line, bro. He should be out in the first round. I have no confidence in him as a coach. No confidence. And like I said, I got to click through this after I'm done and see so I can say the scores. I'm going to give you guys what I think about it because I don't like doing regular season stuff, but I like doing the playoffs. So I'm going to do that at the end of it. But I'll take my chances against a Marvin Lewis team. You know what I'm saying, bro? With my Pop Warner team, bro. Like, listen, this guy, I don't know if he needs to take a bath or, he just looks like he's not comfortable in his pants. Like, it's too tight. It's like skinny halfway jeans. I don't know what the fuck this guy's doing. I just don't like his mannerisms. I don't like his aura. I don't like his face. So I'm very, very tough on Cincinnati. And when they go out in the first round, you guys will see why. Andy Dalton, the fucking redhead, I'm not sold on him. I think he's going to throw 19 picks. I know I'm exaggerating it, but he's going to throw a lot of picks. I'm just not confident in Cincinnati. In a win and done game, I'm not like I just can't be overly ecstatic about what I think is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see it. I don't see it over there. I really just don't see it. So pretty much right now, this was destined to happen to Flacco because he had an off season of just straight shit talking and demeaning everything that Ray Lewis did and all the shit that them boys did, them Ed Reeds and shit, and he thought it was cool to talk like that. You got to show respect for what people have done. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about genuine things when he helped that team build the momentum and brought them to that level. Got them believing that this was possible. It's different when you have a false dude that's around that's just trying to, like a yes man that's just trying to motivate you to get you to that level just because they, you know what I'm saying, that's all they know they can. They have nothing else. Then when it's a genuine man that's motivating his team to get to what he have to get to, and then you downplay it like you're the man, and then you come out and show what you can do. Flacco is going to be Fluco, and he got his money, and that's all that matters to him. Just like Eli. They got their money, but Eli got 2 rings. Eli fucking throws the ball like, I'm trying to tell you right now. It's just so stupid. Eli Manning is like Ray Charles at quarterback. He can't see shit. He just throwing the ball up. But he got 2 rings, guys. He could do it. He could do that. You know what I'm saying, bro? I know Flacco got his 1 ring, but bro, Flacco, I thought that Eli was lucky. That pass over the safety in Denver has to be the luckiest shit. And then they still had overtime, and Peyton Manning thought he was fucking, RG3 that he could throw on the run, and he figured out he can't. Bro, a lot of shit just had to happen right, and it did. And that's why it ended the way it did. And pretty much, the rest is history. But Flacco, a.k.a. Fluco, in the words of fucking Skip Bayless, he has a lot to answer for. He's going to continue to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's going to continue to be his reality until he humbles himself and shut the fuck up. Because he's not that good. And that's the bottom line. He's just not that good. Next game, Jacksonville at Indianapolis. Jacksonville 10, Indianapolis 30. Listen, Jacksonville is a fucking beaten towel, beaten rag, beaten stick, whatever, bro. Listen, the fucking village bicycle, the county whore, the slut of the block. Like, bro, everybody's fucking them. But listen, Indianapolis had to do this. They had to beat them this hard because I think Indy needed this game to know that they could stomp on a regular opponent. They needed this to happen. Jacksonville, there's really nothing to speak about that team. Nothing. Okay? I don't want to hear shit about whoever the fuck, Gus Bradley, whoever the fuck is there. That team, they gotta fire everyone and just fucking blow the stadium up and come back and, do it again. Redo the whole shit. It's horrible what has transpired this season for that team, including MJD. Now, Andrew Luck looked really good. He made some nice throws. Their running game is still questionable. You know what I'm saying? Even with Brown, Trent Richardson is a straight bum. They have one offensive weapon in T.Y. Hilton. Other than that, I'm not really sold. Reggie Wayne is old as shit, even if he tries to come back. I don't know. Is he done for the season? I haven't seen his dumbass. But they have no running game. And if I played against Indy, their defense is okay, not really spectacular. So I would just watch, play some some zone blitzes, man zone shit. Watch the receivers because their run game is fucking stupid. I would stack the box and keep a safety over the top and just watch T.Y. Hilton if I played them. If I was coaching against the Colts, they're definitely beatable because they have no fucking running game. They put all those picks, all this bullshit in for this asshole Trent Richardson. And that has been a bust and a disgusting fucking... I want to fucking throw up watching that man run around with his stupid-ass designs and his stupid-ass dreads. I don't know what the fuck that is. But he's playing... Yo, I'm so pissed watching him. I'm like, come on, man. The hole is right there. He'll just run right into the fucking D tackle. Like, what the fuck is this guy doing? How could they even look at him and see something? And then they say that Jim Brown is an asshole. Yeah, he's an asshole. He says a lot of crazy shit, but he wasn't wrong about Trent Richardson. Look, you got to give guys credit. When guys are wrong, they're wrong. But when they're right, you got to say they're right. And he was right about Trent Richardson. Trent Richardson is a shit stain in a white pair of underwear, bro. You're going to see it, and it's going to, bro, eventually you're going to try to wash it out, but it ain't going to go away, bro, when it's that deep and shit. When you fucking sharded in fucking public, bro. That's what this guy is. That's what Trent Richardson is. A big-ass shart. Because he ain't doing shit for Indy. And I'll be very surprised if they win next week. Because that's how I would game plan. And I don't know who they're playing yet because I don't really give a shit and I didn't look at the schedules, but I'll be there shortly. But I'm just saying, I don't give a fuck. They're a one-dimensional team. Their run game is suspect. Even with Brown in there, they're suspect. Because the guy you paid all the money to is willing to be second fiddle. That's bad. And that's it, bro. Next game, New York Jets at Miami Dolphins. New York Jets 20, Miami 7. All right, good news. Rex Ryan's coming back. Who couldn't fucking foresee that? He's probably fucking the owner. He has a picture of fucking Mark Sanchez on his arm. This shit is the dumbest shit I've ever seen, bro. And I'm not going to say that the team didn't play well for him at the end. They did. But it's just like, I don't know about Rex Ryan right now. I know the players love him and shit like that. And, it's a whole big butt fucking party. And all this shit is going on. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? I really understand that. But the bottom line is, the owner is saying he has a lot to think about. I don't think there's a lot to think about. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, I really just don't think that there's a lot to... there's nothing to talk about. You have to fucking... something has to be done here. And it wasn't even the New York Jets owner. It was the Miami Dolphins owner I'm talking about that had to say he has a lot to think about with Joe Philbin. I don't know if Philbin's the problem, bro. Philbin, listen, I can't really just blame him outright. I know that the whole incognito thing with Jonathan Martin, they said that, Jonathan Martin did say that he spoke to him on several occasions. But once again, as a man, I would have to say that Jonathan Martin is a bitch. And anybody that knows him could let him know that I'm saying that. Because you're an offensive lineman and you're all that mass and you're having someone else treat you like that, that's a problem. And you're an adult. There's nobody to really talk to. You got to handle your fucking business. As a man, in some point in your life, you got to handle your own fucking business. And he did not do that. And that's my problem with him. Okay, so you can't blame Philbin for that. He just had a bitch offensive lineman. Okay, Rex Ryan now. This is a man that has stuck with Sanchez even when Sanchez went out and just told him, like, look, I'm about to throw this fumble right quick. Like, he told him before he went out. Like, the man had those great first 2 seasons. You know what I'm saying? And everybody was going crazy, but he was always a bum. It was the defense that kept the Jets in the game. He just made, you know, some plays here and there. That was it. They ended the season well. I don't know if the Jets lose if Rex Ryan is back. I'm going to be honest with you, because sometimes as an owner, you know, I didn't feel as bad hearing that Rex Ryan was coming back because of the way they finished the season. You know, old-ass Ed Reed getting the pick. The guy's so excited. You know, guys playing around with him on the sideline. It was like, you know, you would like that your players, you know, love their coach. And as an owner, I understand that. So I can't be as mad. But during the season when they were getting their ass whipped, I was pretty pissed watching it. And I don't like the Jets. I don't really give a fuck about them. Yeah, I'm a New Yorker. I don't really give a fuck about the Jets. I don't care. But they did end the season well, and to understand that they care that much to win for their coach, that, and on top of that, there's not really a lot of guys that's out there. You'd have to go and try to recruit a college coach or something like that, or bring in an offensive coordinator that we don't really know nothing about. So, you know what I'm saying? Giving them one more year with the way that they ended the season, I don't think it's as bad as I thought before. I'm going to be honest with you. Because if they would have lost this game, I'd have been screaming fire Rex Ryan's dumbass immediately. But they didn't. So I have to say, you know what I'm saying? Like, it looks like the coach, it looks like the players love him. And I can't, you know, I know how that is. When your players love you and they care about what's going to happen to you, they respond. And if they keep that attitude, you know, the Jets, they're 8-8. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's the NFL. It's tough. They should have won a lot of other games, but they didn't have a lot of weapons on offense. I'm not gonna lie about it. You know what I'm saying? Rex Ryan was doing a lot of stupid shit in the past, but this year he didn't have a really solid defense. He didn't really have a solid offense. And 8-8 is not bad. You know what I'm saying? And for the team to respond to him the way that they did, you know, I have to give him some credit. So, you know, with that being said, I'm not as mad that Rex Ryan is coming back. You know, I said it. I'm not as mad because he finished the season well, and that's how it is in the NFL. You know, the owners will be looking like, yo, you know what? Yo, if that motherfucker lose that game today, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's probably what be happening. They'd be like, yo, you know what? We're going to fire his ass, but if he comes out and show me something today, he may keep his job. You know what I'm saying? In certain cases. But 8-8 is a lot better than 3-13 and a lot of the other shit that was going on in the league. So you can't really, you know what I'm saying? Plus, like I said, you can't bring in like a fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like a Lovie Smith. That motherfucker can't coach for shit. He just looks stupid, and he looks like he wants to be a slave. So we can't really have him in there. All right? So I'm not all for it. Like, I wouldn't have been sad if they fired Rex Ryan, but I could understand them keeping Rex Ryan there, especially with beating Miami and eliminating all their playoff hopes. That had to make the owner feel good. Miami, on the other hand, I don't know what's going to happen with them. Tannehill, I think he has a lot of growing to do. Receiver-wise, you know, Wallace didn't really do shit. He probably would have been better off in Pittsburgh. But I really, you know, I really haven't seen anything that spectacular out of Miami. They have a decent running game, but you know, I don't know where they go from here. To be honest with you, I don't think they fire Joe Philbin. I don't think it's Philbin. I just don't know where they go from here. I really just don't know, pretty much. So, with that being the case, you know, defensively, I think they're okay. You know, Ellaby made a big difference. You know, they got Cameron Wake. They got a lot of pieces there. I don't know what they can actually do. I'm just not sold on Tannehill. That's me personally. He has those games where you know, you could see something, and he's the face of a franchise. You know, handsome young man. I think he can be the guy, but I just don't know, like, what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not a prototypical quarterback. He has a little bit more speed than a regular quarterback. He can throw the ball. He can do things inside out. I think they should start running the pistol a little bit more with him, more read options. And like I said, the face of the franchise starts with the quarterback. And he's a handsome man. He can be the face of the franchise, but he has to earn it. He has to go and take it. He's not like Geno Smith. He doesn't look like a burnt raccoon. He can, you know, if Geno Smith turns out to be the face of the franchise and works really hard and gets it done, which I think because he looked pretty good. I like when Geno Smith takes the ball and run it. He looks a lot more elusive than he actually seems. Like, they're just looking at him, you don't think he can move like that. And then you see him like scramble, you're like, wow, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I get from Geno Smith. So, with that being the case, you know, as far as face of franchises go, Geno Smith has a great chance. This is his first season. And he had some real bright games. He had some really, really bright games. Tannehill, I don't know about him, man. I don't know. Like, when he's in the biggest moments, it seems like he just starts, he's like Mrs. Chokes on Dick from South Park. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know. But like I said, we have to wait and see what goes on there. Of course, they're not going to get rid of Tannehill. I doubt they're going to get rid of Philbin. But I think they're a well-balanced team that could just come out and make some goddamn noise. I just don't know where they're going wrong. Actually, I do. Tannehill. You know, he didn't make any fucking plays, and the defense, you know what I'm saying, bro? They did what they were supposed to do in most cases, but I think they have a pretty much solid unit around. They got to figure out what's going on with that offensive line. Incognito, I don't think he should be banned, because like I said before in my previous recaps, I don't think he's a prejudiced guy. I just think that he got emotionally tied up. I don't think he's Riley Cooper. Riley Cooper is really a prejudiced person. You know what I'm saying? He's really that guy. Like, he's a guy that will go and lynch three blacks in his backyard during a barbecue with all his friends over. I think that that's Riley Cooper. I don't think Incognito is the same thing. And I don't think he should be blacklisted because he saw pussy and he tried to fuck it. That's what listen, Jonathan Martin is a fucking pussy. And when you see pussy, you try to fuck it. And that's what he did. But I see I see a bright future for Miami. Even with Tannehill there. Something just has to click there. Maybe another offensive coordinator. Something has to click there. And I think that Miami will be fine. Detroit, I'm still... Okay, next game. Sorry. I was about to just get into this shit quick. Detroit at Minnesota. I haven't heard yet that Jim Schwartz has been fired. We're going to get to the other coaches that have been fired. All coaches that have been fired, you guys can go back to my previous recaps. I've already said that they needed to be fired, and somebody is listening. There's a God somewhere. There's a God somewhere, because these motherfuckers need to be gone. Now, Jim Schwartz needs to be fired like last fucking season. He is ridiculous, and he's not the guy that's needed in Detroit. Detroit was overly powerful. Okay, first of all, Minnesota won 14-13. I'm really getting crazy at Minnesota. Okay, I'm just so pissed off that Detroit is even fucking, they had a very, very high octane, high powered offense. Matthew Stafford, I do not trust. Let me say that again. Matthew Stafford, I do not trust. He's similar to Dante Culpepper. You know, when he had the Randy Moss and, the Chris Carters, he just throws the fucking ball in the air. Everybody looks good with a fucking Calvin Johnson there. When Calvin Johnson's not there, or you got to go away from Calvin Johnson, how good are you? Now, he made some other passes. He did some other things. I'm not sold on him. I'm just not. That's it. I'm just not sold on him. Reggie Bush, I like what he had. Detroit should be in the playoffs with that electrifying offense. You never know how far a team like that can go. Defensively, other than Slay and their front seven. No, not even their front seven. Their front four, their D-line. And Slay at corner. I don't know. Detroit needs to fucking revamp that fucking defense. They got to get some... They gotta get, I don't know, man. Levy's kind of good too. Let me not even say that. Most of the D line and some of their linebackers are decent. Their secondary is kind of shitty. Other than Slay, I like what I'm seeing from Slay. Other than that, they're kind of shitty. And I believe that Schwartz is the problem. I believe that they have to fire Schwartz right now. As I'm doing this fucking recap, if they fire him right now, the fucking Detroit Lions will be in the playoffs next season. If they don't fire him right now, they'll continue to suck balls. Pretty much right now, fucking dreams do come true. Leslie Frazier, the coach of the Minnesota Vikings, has been fired. Finally, bro. This fucking guy, listen, he should have, when Josh Freeman went out there and they lost to the Giants, and he was just sitting there looking stupid and kept on putting him back out there, he should have been fired in the middle of the game. The owner should have came down and slapped the fuck out of him with an open hand and told him to get the fuck out of his fucking area. That's what should have happened. He also should have been fired after he didn't give Peterson the chance to break that fucking record when he had more than enough yards where Peterson would have definitely broke it with one or two more carries. And he had timeouts. I don't like to say this because, this is this man's job. But when you don't do your job right, you should be fired. And he did not do his job right, and he deserved to be fired. And it's not a fucking black thing, whatever like that, or Caucasian. I'm the same way across the fucking board. This motherfucker did not do his job. He should be fired. That is all. I don't care about anything else. He could do whatever else he wants to do, but at the end of the day, he wasn't a great football coach for that team. That is it. Thank you for firing him. Thank you very much. What was that, Ziggy? Is that Ziggy Wolf? Thank you. Praise Jesus. Thank you. Now, Adrian Peterson is a bitch. That's all I took from this game. I don't know if it's really his fault. You know what it is? They said that he wanted to play. It doesn't really make any sense. Why are you going to play a risk injury in a Week 17 game that means nothing? You know, fucking most of the fantasy football seasons were over last week, so it doesn't really mean anything. So, you know, what the fuck, bro? You know, other than that, like I said, I haven't forgiven him for not letting AP break that record last season. Haven't forgiven him this season for putting Josh Freeman in. He just done a lot of stupid shit that he has to be held accountable for. If Josh Freeman is still on that roster in the offseason, whoever is the interim coach needs to be fired as well. Josh Freeman should be fired right now as this fucking recap is actively going on. Like, right fucking now. But other than that, Detroit and Minnesota both are fucking embarrassments to themselves and their families. And there's really nothing else to talk about. Other than I'm happy that Leslie Frazier has finally reaped what he sowed. And he has to get the fuck out of Dodge. Thank you. Next game. Washington at New York Giants. Washington 6, New York Giants 20. Thank you so much for firing Shanahan and his entire staff. This guy better not get another job in the NFL. He bet 24-40 in 4 seasons, and he's a fucking football genius. It's amazing how much of a genius you are when you have fucking John Elway and fucking what's my man's name? Terrell Davis. It's amazing how much of a genius you look like. You fucking clown. It's about time that him and his son get the fuck out of Dodge. Thank you. Praise Jesus. You know what I'm saying, bro? Finally, this motherfucker's out. That's what. Get the fuck out, bro. You do not. Do not. I'm telling you right now, if this man shows up as a head coach, bro, I'm going to go fucking crazy. I'm going to go crazy. Like literally have to be checked into an insane asylum. And fucking Mike Shanahan pops up someplace else as a head coach. I'm going to literally fucking lose my shit, bro. Other than that, the New York Giants did what they were supposed to do. They embarrassed Kirk Cousins. They're not getting shit for him. You know, I heard a lot of guys saying that, you know, if Kirk Cousins was in the starting lineup, bro, that guy sucks. Yo, maybe a little bit more fine-tuning. He showed me some decent things. Bro, he sucks. I watched this shit. That motherfucker garbage. The Giants... Eli Manning. He has to get his sight looked at. He has to get his sight checked because I don't think he can see Eli Manning. And this season was an abomination. He was an embarrassment to himself and Papa Smurf. And he needs to fucking fix it. Because if he comes out next season, Tom Coughlin has to make a decision next season. New York Giant fans, leave a comment. Tom Coughlin has to make a decision next season whether or not to start this man. I don't give a fuck if he has 2 Super Bowl rings or 10 Super Bowl rings. When you play like that, you got to go sit the fuck down someplace. You got to go sit down in the back room, chained up, upside down, and piss in your own mouth. Like, bro, you cannot do this. He single-handedly cost the New York Giants the season. Yeah, the defense was bad. Not every time. Not every time. You can't blame it on the defense every time. Eli Manning went out there and threw pick sixes like that's what the fucking name of football was about. Like that's what they were trained to do. That's how he went out there and did it. That's what he did. I don't think Tom Coughlin should be fired because the way he, I know he's old and shit like that, but I would give him one more season to see what happens. But you can't, like Eli, they're trusting in Eli because he's a Super Bowl champion. And Eli is coming out and doing what he needs to do. He's fucking the team. Because if you're going to let him continue to fuck the team, why shouldn't he? You guys are not stopping him. He's going out there and doing the same shit week after week, and nothing is happening. What the fuck? At some point, you got to say, yo, look, you know what? But I don't even know who their second string QB is. Probably that's why they kept him in. Because this guy Eli Manning fucked this whole season. And I know all the wide receivers are saying it. Hakeem Nicks played like a bum. He's probably trying to stay healthy to get a shot at another team, whatever. He probably won't be back. But it was a big debacle. Big debacle. The New York Giants were an embarrassment to themselves, the franchise, the fans, and Papa Smurf. That's it. Both those teams were shitty this season. RG3, hopefully he gets a fresh start and he starts to prepare better and understand that it's not all about fucking Subway commercials and hair weave extensions, and gets his shit together. That's all I can say. Cleveland 7, Pittsburgh 20 at Pittsburgh. Bro, they fired Rob Chudzinski after one season, yet still, you have this fucking guy, Rex Ryan, just hanging out and shit. Look, it happens that way, bro. Do I think he should have been fired? No. You know what I'm saying? Lost his quarterback. He lost his fucking quarterback. Hoyer very early in the season. Josh Gordon came out of nowhere. Greg Little, like, they were playing well, playing great defense, doing shit like that. There was a lot of things that should happen. Pulling the trigger this early on him and not giving him a chance, I don't think that was fair. You know what I'm saying? But, it's an aggressive move by an owner. It wasn't like he's proven himself and he's getting fired because you didn't really prove yourself. You know what I'm saying? You went on a wild losing streak after winning some key games or whatever. Well, you lost a lot of key games too. You lost games you should have won. This is all out of frustration right here by an owner, and I can see why he was fired, because you did lose a lot of games. That one the one to the Patriots, I wouldn't be able to forgive you either. But it was your first year, and I have to look at that as an owner to see if there's some kind of future that's bright. And you did do some things right, but at the end of the day, would I have fired him? I probably would have after that fucking Patriot game. I'm going to be honest with you. Because sometimes it just goes like that. Because you haven't really established yourself yet. You know what I'm saying? That you haven't really shown signs. Even though I think he did have that defense playing well. You know what I'm saying? It's still tough. Because it's all about emotions at the end. It's all about emotions. And the way that the NFL is going and everybody's following everybody and things like that. Sometimes you got to fire somebody just to make a statement like, look, I want production now. I'm not paying you millions of dollars to hang out and fucking, fuck bitches, bro. I'm paying you to win. I can understand that. I can. As bad as it seems, I don't think it's fair. I can understand him doing that. I can definitely understand him doing that. Without a doubt. Pittsburgh did everything they had to do. I really thought they were going to make it in. But suck up from the Kansas City Chiefs is a sucking dick bitch. And I know Mike Tomlin hates him, and he wants to go fucking do the merengue in the middle of the field while he's going to do a kick and kick the fuck out of Suck Up for missing that kick and letting the fucking Chargers into the playoffs instead of them. That would have been a miraculous story if the Pittsburgh Steelers made the playoffs with the way they started. And that's all I was saying. But some things are just too good to be true. And it just wasn't meant to be for them this season. And they played out of their mind. They played out of their fucking mind, the Pittsburgh Steelers did. And, Palomar was running around looking crazy. I saw him make some key plays. I don't know how much he has left in the tank. I think he needs to detangle his hair and do like a real deep conditioning and wash out and sit underneath the hot fan for a little bit and make sure his hair is properly done. Cause I know he don't use that head and showers bullshit. But I don't know how much more he has left. But he looked really, really good in this game. And I just want to say, man, the Steelers really showed a lot of heart when there was no reason to. They had a lot of things that had to go wrong for them to get into the playoffs. And they put all that shit aside and played hard. And that's commendable. And that's proof that Mike Tomlin is a great coach. That's proof. It's proof. The proof's in the pudding. They went out there and they handled their business and just left everything up to whoever else. And that was key. And it was very unfortunate that they didn't make the playoffs, but it comes down to you. You should have won some of those games in the beginning. When you try to trip Jacoby Jones, you guys should have won that game. You know what I'm saying, Mike Tomlin? But it is what it is. And Chudzinski is out. Yo, bro, sometimes you got to take action, bro. You got to fire a motherfucker. It's whatever. And I can't say that I agree. Like I said, again, the 1 year thing, but sometimes you got to do something different. And that's what that owner's doing. He wants results now, not later. Fuck it. That's why he's an owner. He can do that. Next game, Houston at Tennessee. Houston 10, Tennessee 16. What is it to say there? Houston stunk up the joint the whole fucking season. They fucking suck. They blow chunks. Schwab should not be back. They already fired Gary Kubiak after a heart attack, which is straight gangster. Tennessee, I don't know, man. You know, Chris Johnson said he's not taking a pay cut, so he probably won't be there. If I'm any other team, I'm trying to look in and put some fucking money up for him, because if you give him a decent offensive line, that motherfucker's going to rush for 2,000 yards with no problem. He's going to glide through that shit like a beautiful unicorn, bro. Because he's fast as shit still. He hasn't lost a step. But Tennessee, I don't think that he should be there. That's my opinion. I don't think he should be in Tennessee. I don't think Tennessee is the right fit for him with what they're doing right now. I just don't think so. I think they're trying to move on and do other shit, and they should just trade him. If they traded him to the Colts, that would have been worth it. Trent Richardson, they both got ugly ass dreads, but Trent Richardson, yo, that was the biggest fail in the Colts history right there. And I don't even know anything about their history. Just knowing that I seen the guy try to go for it on 4th and 1 and ran backwards with those big ass tree trunk legs that he got. He's a fucking embarrassment. But Houston and Tennessee, they both suck. Neither one of them meant anything during this game. I didn't see anything way too exciting. The game was boring. I threw up in my mouth 4 times watching it. But like I said, I did it just to see what was going on. And it was nothing exciting about it. I can't really talk, in detail about how bad Houston is and how fucking shitty the whole franchise is in Tennessee, other than they both suck, and I don't see anything happening unless they trade Chris Johnson and get some value for him, and Houston has to find a fucking quarterback and a decent coach. And that's it. There's nothing else to talk about with these two games. They both fucking suck. Next game, San Francisco 23 at Arizona. Arizona had 20. Arizona should have beat this team. And I got news for the 49ers and their fans. I love the state of California. I'm just telling you right now, the 49ers are not doing shit. They're just not, I don't know, man. I don't think they're ready. Bolden was a steal. And Bolden is the only thing, not even the defense. The defense just look like shit most of the time. Like their front seven is great. Their corners are questionable. Even with Brock and all them other pussies, they're questionable. But Bolden is the only thing that scares me, because he's the X factor. If Kaepernick is somehow able to just throw that man the ball with whatever coverage on him, and he catches it, that man can make your life a living hell. He's the only person that gives that team any type of hope. The only person. That's it. That's the only thing that scares me. Other than that, the 49ers look normal. They look like a regular team with a decent defense, a decent offense. That's it. That's it. Bolden is the X factor, similar to the way that he was with Baltimore last year. He is the X factor. Everybody that's listening to this know what I'm talking about. You could throw the ball to that man with fucking Jesus on him. He's going to catch the goddamn ball. That's the only thing that gives me hope about this team. I am not sold on them. I do not think they're going to the Super Bowl. I think they're going to lose their first fucking playoff game. That's just what I think. I think the Green Bay Packers are going to ass fuck them. That's just what I think. Arizona, listen. I'm going to tell you this right now. Arizona should have definitely won this game. Carson Palmer, I did call him girl knee, for the operation that he had with the girl's knee. The girl gave him that knee, whatever, the knee ligament that he needed. But he made some plays, man. And I got to say, bro, I thought he was a lot more garbage than he showed this season. He did give them a reason to bring him back. If there's something else available, however, I would take it at QB. I wouldn't just leave him there, because he still is a guy that's going to fumble and throw a pick at any given time and does not give a shit. Fitzgerald did drop some key passes. A lot of receivers did drop some key passes. Not only Fitzgerald, Floyd dropped some shit. The tight end dropped a couple balls. But I have to give Arizona credit. They played hard, and they should have won this game, without a doubt. They had a lot of red zone opportunities that they didn't, that didn't culminate into anything. And I just want to say they should have. They should have definitely won this game, without a doubt. But they once again have shown me I know Arizona has a decent defense, but the 49ers has not produced the way they should have in this late in the season. They got the win, but just some wins are not. This wasn't a hard fought win like that. It was just they played sloppy. San Francisco played sloppy on both sides of the ball, and they were able to come up with a win. That's all. That's all that happened here. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not sold on San Francisco, and I do believe that they will lose in the first round of the playoffs. Okay, here we go. Green Bay with the bad man coming back. The boy Aaron Rodgers. at Chicago. You know, Green Bay 33, Chicago 28. This game was exciting as fuck. The last drive in particular, where they go for it on 4th down like 3 or 4 times and shit, bro. And Aaron Rodgers, man, that motherfucker to hit Cobb, wow. To hit Randall Cobb like that, bro, like, yo, on that deep pass on 4th down. Listen, Aaron Rodgers is the truth. And that's what I'm saying. I would not want to play this fucking Green Bay Packers team right now. These are the teams that scare me. Because Green Bay plays no defense, but Aaron Rodgers is just so electric that you don't, the defense comes up with 1 stop, the game's over. Just imagine that. You got a quarterback that's so electric that all you need is 1 stop, and this motherfucker will make sure that you got points on the board, and it doesn't matter after that point. That's what Green Bay has. This was an unbelievable game, and I can't wait to see him in the playoffs. Unbelievable. Yo, Starks looked like the old Starks when they had that Super Bowl run. You know, Shields were playing pretty well. Jamal Williams got done in the ass by Brandon Marshall on that nice little fade route. But it was a good game. Chicago. I don't want to hear anybody blaming the coach, Mark Trestman, about Jay Cutler being in. Jay Cutler played very fucking well this game and gave the Bears every opportunity to win this game. I don't want to hear shit about the whole change and the McNown this and the McNuggets this and the Power Wings this. Listen to me. It does not matter. Matt Forte played like a fucking, a uncaged beast that just got let out the cage and it was fucking mad meat everywhere. Those 2 key components, Brandon Marshall did some stuff. What the fuck is his name over there? Alshon Jeffrey has some key drops. I don't know what the fuck was going on with him, but he didn't do the Alshon Jeffrey type shit that he's been doing to make himself spectacular, which is probably why he didn't get into the Pro Bowl. And he's saying that it's a whole bunch of bullshit, but you got to make big plays when it counts, and you drop some key balls there. So did Brandon Marshall. But at the same time, Matt Forte and fucking, listen, Cutler played out of his mind. And is he interception prone? Is he a straight bum most of the time? Yes, he is. But he played out of his mind. Stepped up in the pocket well, threw the ball on the run well, straight spirals. He had some bad throws here and there, but overall, he played extremely well. And you got to give guys credit. You got to give credit where it's due. That's what it was. He played extremely well. So, as far as our whole QB controversy shit, I would have to say that I would take Jay Cutler at this point. The way he played. Green Bay just wanted it more. They came out. Aaron Rodgers is just the better quarterback. And he led his team to victory. And it's going to be like that sometimes. It was just the better quarterback. That is it. Nothing else. Jay Cutler did not do, Jay Cutler played very, very well. His receivers didn't do what they usually do. You can't just blame Jay Cutler now. We try to be fair here at GmiasWorld. We call bullshit out where it is. Jay Cutler played very, very well. I watched this whole game. He played well. According to Jay Cutler's standards, where you just throw picks for any fucking reason, he played very, very well. And I have to give that man credit for that. Green Bay, I would not want to see you in the playoffs. That is all. Buffalo at New England. Buffalo 20, New England 34. Buffalo, is it Tool? I think it is Tool, because somebody corrected me last time with the second string guy that said, I think it was Tool. It was the black ugly guy. It's 2 of them. It's 2 ugly motherfuckers. It's Tool and another ugly motherfucker that's there. I don't know. The QB there, I think the QB that was playing, whatever the fuck his name is, I think he's better than EJ Manuel. I really do. And if I'm Buffalo, I'm playing with house money because now I know I got 2 QBs. I don't really need to fucking, EJ Manuel has talent. I like Tool. I like him. I like what I saw. New England played very, very well, for a closeout game to secure. I think they get a bye as well. It wasn't anything really spectacular about the game. Tom Brady made great throws as usual with fucking receivers that we don't know their names. And it was pretty much a prototypical Tom Brady. Buffalo, I for the future, I don't know what to expect with them. Like I said before, Mario Williams looking good. Some of their defensive players look solid, but I think they have a quarterback controversy for real though, because I like Tool. I like him. If that's what his name is the black ugly guy quarterback. I don't know who he is, but I like him. And I think that they have 2 quarterbacks that can make some. I just maybe trade bait. I think he can. I think he can play. I think Tool can play. EJ Manuel, I don't know. He's been injured. He's been on the bench. I just like what I saw with Toole. As far as New England is ready for another playoff run. I'm very, very excited to see what happens because LeGarrette Blount takes steroids, bro. But it doesn't look like it because he's fat. But he's returning kicks at like 240, 250. He's running the ball. Like, bro, Bill Belichick, man, wow. Because it's not even about speed at this point. It's just about power. You're returning kicks now? Are you serious, LeGarrette Blount? Yo, if you dudes haven't understood that you got to give this man Bill Belichick credit yet, you guys better fucking recognize. Yeah, he got Spygate. Bro, he fucked the pooch on this one, bro. He was doing whatever he wanted to do. He cheated, whatever. The man has a fucking brilliant mind, and he makes it come to fruition on the field, and you got to give him credit for that. You definitely do. But this game was nothing exciting about it. Everybody knew Buffalo was gonna win. New England did what they had to do. They saw pussy. They fucked it. That's it. Tampa Bay at New Orleans. New Orleans 42. Tampa Bay 17. This game also, Darrelle Revis is going to the Pro Bowl, and I understand that, he's played well at corner, whatever like that, but I don't know. I guess I got to just wait and continue to see it. I'm waiting to see who the defensive player of the year is, if it's going to be Richard Sherman. I don't know, but Darrelle Revis, man, listen. I understand what everybody's saying. They give me all these statistics and all this other bullshit. I would throw the ball at him. He looks slow, and a lot of plays with the slot receivers, like sometimes he lined up in the slot. Like, the guys were open. Drew Brees just didn't throw the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the same Darrelle Revis. I don't give a fuck what the stats say. He's not the same guy. I watched it. I don't see how he could be the same guy. But he did make the Pro Bowl. Congratulations to him for that. Drew Brees did go here and air the fucking shit out like it was nothing. Bro, aired him out like a dirty gym sock. That was good shit. Nothing really exciting to talk about except for Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham will drag grown men into the end zone with him and for extra yards. I'm excited to see what they do in the playoffs. Pretty much. Tampa Bay, they need to fucking, that whole fucking scene that they have where they light the bomb and shit, they need to aim it down at the stadium and make sure nobody's in it, no innocent fans or pedestrians. Just make sure that the whole team is there and light it and blow everybody up because that team fucking sucks. And pretty much that's what it is with there. I can't, with Tampa Bay. Can't wait to see New Orleans in the playoffs. Nothing really exciting to talk about with this. Denver, 34 at Oakland 14. Congratulations to Peyton Manning. That man has every goddamn record that's known to man. Like, seriously, he has every fucking record. It cannot be a record that is around that this man has not broken yet. You cannot dispute the greatness of this man in the regular season. His, playoffs. It's just like when you played against Michael Jordan, like Charles Barkley said. He's like, the devil sent Michael Jordan to fuck his life up. Bill Belichick was sent to fuck up Peyton Manning's life. It was many times. Peyton Manning should have had a lot more runs to the Super Bowl. But it's just always somebody that stands in your way. And Bill Belichick just happened to be on the other side. But you can't take away the greatness of what Peyton Manning is, man. He looks so fucking good out there. He holds all the records. Drew Brees, single seed yards record. Tom Brady's most touchdown passes. Everything, bro. It's just congratulations to Peyton Manning, man. After all those neck surgeries to come back and do that, truly commendable. Truly a fighter, without a doubt. Oakland, Terrell Pryor, Dennis Allen should be fired. I don't know why I haven't heard anything about that. Why he isn't fired yet? That's pretty weird to me that he's not fired. Because he looks like a total dick, and what he does is just straight tomfoolery. But we have to wait to see what happens. Terrell Pryor, I don't know what the future holds for him. I think he can be a great quarterback in this league. I think he's multifaceted. He could be a dual threat. I just don't like Dennis Allen. I don't like him as a coach. I don't like his face. I think he's, a fully shaved vajayjay of an adult woman. That's how his face looks, a fully shaved vajayjay. I just don't like him. I think he should be fired as soon as possible. And in order for that franchise to stride and to go on, and I don't like what I see. But once again, Oakland is Oakland. That's what Oakland does. They come out and lay fucking golden goose eggs from fucking Angry Birds. 14 points, okay, and most of it is in garbage time. Good shit. Meanwhile, Peyton Manning, I think he's already on the bench after he broke the record by 1 yard and shit. Like, Oakland's a fucking joke. They got to do a lot of shit there, and it starts with firing the head coach. Next game, Kansas City at San Diego. San Diego 27, Kansas City 24. Yo, this hurt the Pittsburgh Steelers fans because Kansas City played their bench, and was still beating the fuck out of San Diego, and San Diego struggled, but they came up and they got it, bro. Suck up. Yo, listen. This kicker, Suck Up, that not only is his name ridiculous and he shouldn't be in the league just because of his name, but when you miss a kick like that, you know what I'm saying? When you miss a kick like that, you shouldn't be going. There's no way Kansas City feels confident going into the playoffs with him. And when he missed that kick, I don't know if you guys noticed, Andy Reid smiled like he knew that he was shitty. And he's like, yo, we got to figure something out. If they go into the playoffs with Suck Up like that, that kick is going to haunt Suck Up, and Suck Up is going to miss more kicks. So if I am the Kansas City Chiefs, that's a problem for me. I'm trying to figure out what I have to do to get rid of this asshole. Because it does not make sense to keep him there when he's missing kicks like that. That's just my opinion. And I know they didn't play their starters or whatever like that, because if they did play their starters, they would have blew San Diego out. But San Diego came out and did what they had to do and fought their way in the playoffs and butt-fucked the fucking Steelers. That's fine. San Diego is a dangerous team. I will say it again. I was saying it before people were laughing and all that kind of shit, leaving comments thinking it's a joke. San Diego is a dangerous team, and San Diego is going to put work in. San Diego is going to do something that's going to shock someone. It's not gonna be like they're gonna just run through them in the first round of the playoffs. I like what San Diego shows. And I'm telling you right now, this is a fucking dangerous team because you don't know what to expect from them. You don't know what's going to show up. And it just got a bunch of guys that are just ready to fucking play. That's dangerous. That's all I'm going to say. This is a dangerous team. And like I said, nothing against Kansas City. Yeah, the game didn't mean anything. They already secured the 5th seed. But Suck Up, that was a problem. When he missed that kick, that's a problem to me as a coach. You don't miss that kick. And then come into this fucking playoffs, and now we got to have confidence in you. No, sir. I would have cut him in the middle of the game and set my quarterback out to do kicks. That's why I can't blame the Browns owner, because sometimes you got to you got to set the tone. I will not tolerate failure like Dr. Evil. You got to do something. And that's what he did. That's what the Browns owner did. He did something. Yeah, it's not fair. Life isn't fair. But this guy Suck Up missing that kick. Total bullshit. Congratulations to San Diego. They played tough. Phillip Rivers made some key passes. Yo, can't wait to see it. That's all I can say. Next game, St. Louis 9, Seattle 27. Nothing really to talk about with St. Louis other than Jeff Fisher should be another coach that should be fired in the first year being there with St. Louis. Or whatever amount of years he's been there. I don't know how long, but I think he just went over there. He should be fired right now as this recap is going on actively. And slapped in the face and then kicked the fuck out the front door by security. Seattle, they played well, I guess. Nothing too exciting. It's St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? Defensively, though, being number 1 ranked and everything, I think that Richard Sherman should get Defensive Player of the Year. Russell Wilson looked good. Marshawn Lynch looked really good. And I think that they're ready to go. But I'm still not confident with them overall after that loss to Arizona. You know what I'm saying? Like, Arizona beat them. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if somebody set the blueprint. Of course, St. Louis wasn't going to be able to come in there and duplicate it. Their coach sucks, and most of their players do too. But we got to see. It's going to be an exciting playoff. It's going to be an exciting playoff. Defensively, is that Malcolm Smith? Who is that guy? I don't know what his name is. That fucking linebacker. He's fast as fuck. I just think Seattle is just filled with a bunch of speed and talented defenders, and that's what's going to be the difference. That's what I believe. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see what happens. It's going to be a very, very exciting playoff. And there's nothing really exciting to talk about with this game. Seattle secured home field, in the NFC, and that was pretty much it. It was nothing like really exciting about it. Nothing really crazy happened. I just got to wait to see what happened. They get their bye week. St. Louis Rams, they need to figure out what the fuck they want to do with Jeff Fisher. He's the all-time losingest coach that gets the most respect. I don't understand how that works. But we'll wait and see what happens. More than likely, he won't be fired because of all the shit they went through to keep him. But if you're a loser, you're a loser. And that's pretty much what it is. Oh, man. The season finale. Philadelphia at Dallas. Philadelphia 24, Dallas 22. Let me just say this. We're gonna just jump right to the end of the game where Dallas gets the ball back after their defense gives everything. And it was kind of weird though because we all knew that Tom Brady. I mean not Tom Brady. Tony Romo kind of he probably broke his own back just have to deal with the stress of dealing with this game. And we know we're not making fun of him because we don't do that with the whole injury thing, but it just seemed too good to be true for his back to just be blown out for a game of this magnitude. The way he ended off the game with that pass to DeMarco Murray. But let me just say this. It doesn't matter who was at quarterback. You could have brought Troy Aikman back, whoever. It just seemed that this, with this whole new era of the Dallas Cowboys, that Jerry Jones is setting them up to do this every fucking year. Like, you just saw the move. Like, the whole fucking crowd is going crazy. Everything. They punt the ball, get it back. Kyle Orton's ready to go. And I'm saying to myself, this motherfucker's going to throw a pick. And what does he do? Throws a pick and ends the game. It was the most shocking, ridiculous thing I have ever seen. Ever. I could not believe this shit. Unfucking believable. This man goes out there and throws a pick on the first fucking... Yo, what the fuck? Yo, listen, you can't script this shit any better than this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't. It makes no fucking sense. At what point does Jerry Jones say, you know what? I should probably step back. At what point does he say it? None of this shit makes any sense. The fucking guy, like, yo, Dallas's defense is a fucking joke. They put everything into that stop. And the whole time Chip Kelly's laughing because he's like, yo, these motherfuckers suck. He's like, I already know. It don't matter if it says Romo, Homo, fucking Orton, here's a who. It don't matter what the fuck is out there. It's just the Cowboys. In the words of Stephen A. Smith, a disaster waiting to happen. And what was really fascinating to me was the way that Jerry Jones turned his head. Like if you looked in the booth as he threw the pick, I don't know if you guys saw that, how he turned his head and just walked away. Like everybody was just so disgusted. And you saw like Kyle Orton's face was like that baby that comes next to you that just took a shit in his diaper and he doesn't know what to expect from you because you just changed him. And he came back and took another shit. He's like, you know what? Fuck, man. I took another one. But he can't say it to you. But his facial expressions, that's how Kyle Orton looked. He looked like my daughter when she was younger and she took a shit right after I just changed her. She's like, yo, you know what? She's saying in her mind to like try to translate to me. You know, she's a baby. She's like, yo, dad, it's the reason why my diaper looks like this again. Like he had that face. Like I just took a shit on myself. If he's back as a second string quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys next season, I would be shocked. There is no fucking way that this man should be back. And I'm not, listen, I have enough with Tony Romo if I'm Jerry Jones. If you want to really take it to that level, I have enough fuck-ups with Tony Romo. I don't need the second string guy to also break my heart. If you break my heart, my achy breaky heart. Yo, listen, bro. If you want to do that, go do that shit someplace else, Mr. Orton. How was the ending to this game? Yo, it was the perfect ending in Jerry World. The perfect ending. Unfucking believable. The Cowboys got to change something, man. They got to change something. They got to do something different. Something has to be done. That was bro, it was like it was scripted. It was like a Shakespeare play. Like, you know what's going to happen. Like, you know somebody finna get stabbed in the chest. You know somebody finna get stabbed in the chest and the Shakespeare played out. Like, you hear a nigga running around too much. You know that motherfucker about to get stabbed the way Shakespeare writes. This shit was scripted. It's no way that this man looks like, throws the pick. I don't even see the pressure. Like, he just threw the pick. It's like Tony Romo jumped in his body and just took over. Like, fuck this. My back is hurt. I got an epidural. I don't give a fuck. Transform. Yo, bro, transform. And, Orton better clear his fucking locker out and fucking have extra security at his house. Because I already know how the Dallas Cowboys do. They got some crazy-ass fans in Texas. And I'm not promoting that kind of shit, but that's what you sign up for. These fans pay a lot of money. They buy a lot of jerseys. They feel like something's owed to them. And then you go out there and you stink the joint up. I don't know. It was very, very tough to watch. Hilarious for me, though. But I'm still shocked. Like, what the fuck? Tony Romo has back surgery. He's out. I didn't think Tony Romo was in this guy's body, too. I was wrong, bro. Kyle Orton's face didn't change for the entire game after he did that. Every time I looked at him on camera, nobody wanted to talk to him. He was by himself. He just looked like a dickhead. And Tony Romo was like, yeah, you see? It ain't just me. Unfucking believable. Wow, what a way to end the season. Now that that's over, I'm going to give you guys my predictions for the playoffs. Like I said, I don't do it for the regular season because I don't really give a shit. But my predictions for the playoffs. Saturday, January 4th, 2014 in the new year at 4:35 p.m. Eastern Time, NBC. The Chiefs at the Colts. You know what? I'm going to take the Colts. And I'm going to take the Colts solely for the fact that Suck Up is the kicker. That's it. No other reason. I don't give a fuck what you guys think. You guys can leave your picks as well. Chiefs at Colts. I am going to take the Colts because Suck Up is a bitch. Next game. 8:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Saints at Eagles. This is a toughie. That's a toughie. I'm going to take the Eagles because of weather conditions. I don't know if the Saints can be able to perform the same way in the cold. I'm going to take the Eagles. I like the Eagles. They won in the blizzard. They could beat the Saints at home in the outdoors, in the elements. Next two games. Sunday, January 5th, 2014. 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Chargers at Bengals. I like the Chargers. You guys know why. Marvin Lewis looks like a bitch. Next game. 4:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 49ers at Packers. I like the Packers. Yeah, I said it. I know the Packers D sucks balls. I like the Packers. Fuck you guys. Leave your comments. Leave your shit and talk about why the 49ers going to blow them out. I like the fucking Packers. In conclusion, I got Colts, Eagles, Chargers, Packers. Fuck you guys that don't want to go against me and try to say all the bullshit. And for everybody else that sides with me, thank you. I appreciate the support. This will be the finale of the regular season recaps. I hope you guys enjoyed what I provided for you for the season. Hope to see you guys next season. Definitely spread the word. The recaps will be available on iTunes all year round and on YouTube. I really appreciate the support. It's gaining ground, and I hope to see you guys next season. If I don't, go fuck yourselves. And it's always for eternity. One love.